Hello and welcome to part 2 of HTML, the building block of the web. Today we're going to be looking at headers and lists. So on the last part, in the first part, we know that what we put inside of each tag is what the HTML is going to produce, what element the HTML is going to produce. So we know when we had a P here and here, inside of that is going to be a paragraph. Now there's another two that we're going to learn about today, headers and lists. So the first one is a header. To write a header, we use H followed by a number, and as you can see here, we've got H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to start off with H1, and I'll just write H1 here, and then I'm going to do a H2 with H2, and then one more, we'll just do a H6, so the very last one, as they only go up from H1 to 6. And if I save that and refresh it, you'll see what the effects of the numbers have. So H1 is the biggest and most bold, and it goes down and then down again. So obviously you can imagine 3, 4, and 5 would just fit in here going down. So why would we use a header? You might be thinking over a paragraph they look to perform the exact same thing apart from the size, and we can change the size of a paragraph, which is what we're going to learn in a later part. Now the main reason to use a header over a paragraph is to keep your code semantic. And semantic is the use of HTML to reinforce the meaning or information of a website. And that might sound a bit yada, but it's a good standard to stick by. So for example, if you had a blog, you would want the title of your blog to be in a H1. It just makes sense, and it's just the way we do it. And it also helps increase your search engine optimization on your website, if you know what that is. If you don't, then it doesn't matter, just do it anyway. Use a header for every title. But you only want to stick to about one header a page. It's a general rule. Not many people actually follow it, but I feel like it's good practice for search engine optimization. So after headers, we're going to learn about lists. And we denote a list by a U and then an L. And that stands for unordered lists. Inside of the unordered list, we put LIs, and that stands for list items. And then inside of the list item, we put text, and that text can be anything. So I'm just going to have one. And then we can have another li. After the first pair, we'll write a second pair, like so. And I'll put a 2 in there. And we'll do one more for the 3. If I save that, refresh, you can see 1, 2, 3. It's automatically ordered and styled with the bullet points. Now, the way I've written this is atrocious. Never ever write your code like this. Imagine if I had, 20 or even 10 elements here. It would just be really hard to read. So the best thing to do is split each element up into a new line. And this is called nesting, where the LIs are the children of the UL, which is the parent. So we can, if a person that didn't write the code came and looked, they could easily tell what was going on versus that one line of chaos that we had before. Now, inside of each of the LIs, it doesn't have to be just text. We could put a paragraph in here. So, paragraph. We could put a H6 in here. If I save that and refresh, you'll see that, sorry, I've just added 2 arrows there. Get rid of them. So you can see a paragraph and then a H6. And if I change that to a H1, save it, you can see it doesn't actually take the size, and that's because the li is restricting the height of the text that it's in, so it can't go to that big. It's just a thing to be aware of. It's not that useful using headers and paragraphs in here, but when you get to using links or images or buttons, it's very useful to put them in the LIs. I'll put these back to 1, 2, and 3. Now the other type of list you can use is ordered list. So we change the UL to OL, like so. And if I save that, you can see it adds 1, 2, and 3 to the beginning. So it is an ordered list. So that's it for part 2 of this course. In the next part, we're going to be learning about images, self-closing tags, and attributes. It starts to get a little bit more fun. HTML itself can be a bit boring until you start creating an actual website, but stick in and you'll be there in no time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next part.